I guess this will be a whatever guy, Smiling Andy video. Segment I'll add to something, I guess. So anyways, talking about Russians and their toughness. So again, we're back to the stoic argument. Like, let's all stoically just take it. And he's almost talking like it's genetically Russian or something. It's just such a joke. I'm sure there's plenty of Russians who cursed the day they were born when they were dying on the Russian front. I'm sure there's plenty. We don't even have to start talking about alcoholism and all the other things they run to in desperation. Anyway, it did get me, just bringing up the subject, it got me thinking about Dr. Zhivago, and just a totally depressing story. I mean, there's just no, very little redeeming in it, right? It's just beauty destroyed, love lost. I mean, come on. It's just miserable, dismal, horrid. Sure, and you could build people that'll take anything. You could build people that'll eat dog shit. You really, literally, you could do it. Why would you do it? Why would you do that? Why would you make people that just cockroach through it, just keep eating the crap and the shit? Sorry, no sale there. I wouldn't want to live their lives, so what are you selling again? Again, what are you selling? You're selling the idea that there's something still vital or necessary in any of it. You still haven't explained why it's worth it. I mean, not to me anyway. You haven't given me an explanation of how, the universe is deprivated because there's no Dr. Zhivago on Mars. Take everything. Take all your stoic crapola, all your great, let's stand over all the dead in the war and have a little emotional moment and think about all the great fighting men who are now ripped to pieces and moaning on the ground. And how glorious. Or whatever. Yeah, they're not doing that on Mars. And is there some reason why I should be upset? Is there some reason why I should say, oh damn, that's horrible. They're not glorifying their war dead. Yeah. I mean, come on. This is void of logical substance. I mean, you talk about resorting to emotionalism, and here you sit there and make a video that's all about emotionalism. I mean, what is that? Contradict yourself much? Emotional appeal much? I mean, jeez. No, I'll get them by the balls. Because I'll talk about how strong the Russian people are in enduring their hardship. And that'll make them all feel guilty. No. It didn't work. There, haha. It just makes me feel happy that I'm not a dumbass who would, just keep taking it in the ass. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully there'll be some better quality commentary to come. But the stoic crap, it's just, we've already been there and done that. Yeah. I mean, really. Let's be proud of our nation. Yes. There's no national pride on Mars. Oh, what a tragedy. There's no silly assholes waving, saluting a flag. Oh. Stupid fucks. I did hit the button. Just for your information. Whoa. Well, I guess Andy's finally out of fucking material. So, his last video was less than 2 minutes long, and basically just the accusation that we're hating on life and we're using empathy as an excuse or something like that. Anyway, like empathy, we're just creating it. And I mean, it's not really fair, I don't think, the accusation. I mean, I've tried to be pretty careful in terms of, I mean, I don't put background images of things getting eaten in every video. I don't sit there and exploit it all to pieces. I do make analogies and metaphors. I do attempt to describe that there are things in life that are really nasty, but I don't sit there and, you know, I'm not gratuitous about it. But anyway, but yeah, it's really creepy, you know, that on so many levels that, you know, oh yes, we're not allowed to show people harm in describing that the harm is really important, and maybe even to showcase it next to the stuff that we think is important, like the wonderful day at whatever, 7 Flags, you know, are the moments in life. So anyway, so I kind of took care of that whole moments in life argument, I think, and the, you know, the idea. Like I said, you go back to Dr. Zhivago, and you do have these beautiful moments, you know, where they finally get together and things work out. But yeah, they last 3 days, and then it's back to blood, war, despair, loneliness, horror. So yeah, it's just not enough. And it's certainly not enough when you mix it all together. And I've used these analogies, but I mean, really, if I put your life on a table, and you haven't finished it, of course, so let's include your life in the nursing home, or your life after the stroke, or your, you know, you can make it up. And then I gave you the right, the ability to use the good times to buy yourself out of the bad times. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, if they're priced right, that you will run out of good things to sell to get yourself, eradicate yourself from bad. And if I take it a step further and make the bad things from, you know, your child or your sister or your some other person you care about, your significant other, and now you can sell some of your good times to spare them the harm they've endured. Yeah, it's going to be really easy for you to rifle through all the good shit and to get yourself to that better neutral than negative state. And that's just the truth of it. You know, life doesn't, you know, the bad doesn't sit in front of us all the time, scaring the crap out of us, and that's a good thing, I suppose, for our psychology, but it's a bad thing for our truth-seeking, fair perspective thing. You know, we endure the bad in the past, and then once it's over, and we move on. But what sort of has to be acknowledged in the moving on is that, you know, at any moment, a blood vessel blows up in my brain, and I have to go through all kinds of crap, and if I knew it was coming, I'd say I'd rather not. I'm not going to do anything spectacular enough this year, or maybe in the next 10 years, to make it worth what I'm going to end up going through. This is the truth of it. If we knew the movie, the whole story beforehand, we wouldn't watch the film. I think there's a high probability of that for an awful lot of people. When they finally get to the last breath, you know, they'd be pretty comfortable with taking them all back. You know. Anyway, so yeah, that's the little add-on. I guess I'll have to do some other thing to make this a traditional video of substantial size and bulk and girth to properly fuck your mind. Yeah, so anyway, so we'll see what I add. Till next time. Alright, going over this again, I guess. A little bit of it. A piece of it. Oh, there's a piece of it right there. Yeah. Subject of life. Yes, sir. There it is. Obviously, it's not all Okay. Well, yeah, it's not. Anyway, there are some good bits. Yummy, yummy. Anyway. It's this whole thing of perception. Like, how many people does there need to be? Like, I'm not upset because I don't imagine that rock to be populated by a bunch of personalitying, butt fucking and whatnot. Doing all their little fun little entertainments. Yeah, it just doesn't bother me. Oh, that rock is. Oh, nobody's on that rock either. There aren't billions of little tiny humans running about. And you can imagine all kinds of worlds. I mean, world's so much better than ours. Naked worlds, where people are naked again, but smart and clever, and they smell good. And their sexual parts are further away from their poopy parts. And all that kind of stuff. You can imagine better. You can imagine all kinds of interesting worlds. And so then you're back to the virtual reality thing, which I really don't want to get to. But, yeah. Just this way of living and loving. Yeah, that's really good. The splendor in the grass kind of thing. It's not a very good title for that movie. Because actually it was a big, horrible movie. There was very little splendor in the grass. Most of the movie was shit in the crazy house. Yeah, it wasn't good at all. It was suck everywhere. All the characters turned into assholes, or else they got boring. And so yeah, it was all. There's no splendor. Very little splendor. She just wouldn't do it. Yeah. So he wasn't, he didn't use the right line on her. I think I could have got her out of her pants. But anyway, that's just me. Me, Natalie Wood, yeah. Perfect together. Anyway, that's a whole different subject, actually. Yeah, I'm very, even just when you think about how unrealistic it all is and how phony and fake it is. Because, yes, I'm a very devoted lover for at least 10 minutes at a time. But I think of myself incredibly romantic. But, gee, they're all so beautiful. It's just, it's really hard to pick just one. Damn. But anyway, that's a whole different, it's a whole different subject, really. It really is a different subject. Sure, mostly it's a different subject. But the point is, it's all just perception. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, I don't want all of you to have any harm come to you. I really don't. I don't want any extra harm on planet Earth, even if it is in assholes and jackasses. It is hard not to hate these bastards. These smiling Andes. He said something in the description of his last video about being a despicable person or something, like he's mocking that notion. But you are. You're despicable. You're disgusting. You're grotesque. Your mockery of suffering is just grotesque. Yeah, I might glorify it, but I also do glorify the romance and the beauty. I'm not saying it's not worth anything. I'm just saying you can't mix the two. It's no sale. It's stupid. And where else do I want to go? And you can't even make the one without the heartache. Like I said, without my heartache, I wouldn't be who I am. Wouldn't have that passion. I'd be a love 'em, leave 'em kind of guy. It's because I've been loved and left that I have the ability and the desire to cling, to hold on to. But that's more psychology crap, which I don't really want to talk about. I want to just talk about how our little round world, I just stepped on it. We think it is something, and it can be just a cement block. It just doesn't matter. What we're doing here, we're only doing because we're alive and we're here. And we wouldn't be doing it if we weren't alive and here. It's all made out of an illusion. It's all made out of a delusion in your head. The power of it, the magic of it, the beauty of it, the want, the need, the desire. And so you gotta just understand that in some kind of rational context. And you can see it if you're fair. Again. Hey, dog. Hi. You pup. Cute girl and not so cute old lady. I'm probably older than she is. Jeez, it's not funny. But the girl, she had a little poofy hair on her head. Little blonde poofy hair. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, goose bumpy and stuff. Bumpy and lumpy. Anyway, where was I? Mushrooms. Cool. Well, I guess they're fungi. Because they're sort of ugly. But vaginal. They are. Yeah. That's vaginal. Vaginal. Look at that. Vaginal. It's a vaginal recess in the road. Alright, anyway, where was I? Oh, there's a crack in the rock. They're everywhere, these cracks. Damn it. So anyway. So yeah, I'm not looking to be spitting on life. I'm not looking to say it sucks. I'm just, it's just being reasonable. I understand it's my psychology that makes me think these things. If I understand that, why don't I think it's important that there be humans on this rock? Why don't I think it's important? I have to understand that and say, isn't that curious? If I think this is so kick-ass, why don't I think there should be a Gary on that rock? And the answer is because my psychology has fucked my brain. All right, and I'm seeing purpose because I'm living purpose. Okay, because I'm feeling it. I'm not thinking it. I'm not understanding it. I'm feeling it. And feeling a thing and understanding a thing are two different things. So once again, we have gone the full circle and we're back at, there's a difference between philosophy, understanding reality, and psychology, which is feeling your life. These are two different things. Yeah, I keep saying it, but no one's paying any attention. So I might as well quit saying. They're just going to keep shoving cute kitty in my face and going, cute kitty. Yeah. It's hopeless. Hopeless. But hope, what is hope? Hope is somewhere in between the two, I guess. I mean, hope has a rational element to it. There's potential, so you have to invest in potential when you find it. If you're getting attacked by a bear, this rock that doesn't have any people on it might have the potential to save you, so you pick it up and you value it and you say, the rock may save me. I will invest in the rock. In a way, that's hope. Hope is seeing possibility. So that's rational. But the feeling of being hopeful, well, that's getting all kind of wacky. When you're saying, in spite of the fact that I don't have any rocks and I don't have any chance of defeating the bear without a rock, I'll just hope I'm going to get like Spidey powers or something, and I'll be able to web his mouth shut and, I don't know, X-ray vision his claws off, and well, whatever. You get the drift. Now that's just an emotional pack of shit. It's not rational or reasonable. It's just bullshit. So that's where, some of these words are just words. They have way too many meanings. Way, way, way too many meanings. And that's another thing he used in the Russian thing. He had some word for that little tearful, little Russian word for when you feel all goosebumpy or whatever. Whether it's something horrible or something beautiful, I suppose it's interchangeable. I really wouldn't think I would use the same word for something beautiful and something horrifically ugly. No, that doesn't make much sense to me. Even though the sensations may be similar, what provokes them is important. I mean, excitement. Well, that's another weird word, right? So you can be excited in positive ways, and then you can be excited in decidedly negative ways. So anyway, I think I've done enough with this.